there is a question now talking about what is better time to give step 1, after Jan 2022 or now. My answer to that is whenever you are prepared. Okay, it does not matter, because everybody has a parallel commitment. So if next year you will be in final year or intern or a very heavy intern posting, or you might be a graduate, that might not suit you. Moreover, the nature of exam or the difficulty level might not drastically increase or decrease. What they are doing is that from next year they will not release your 3-digit score on the transcript. That's it. So if you are going to prepare well and hitting your 240s in your NBME, why not give it this year? Please understand that Minmay. So my answer to your question is that it is at the right time. Second question, is USMLE hard than Indian NEET PG? Vasudha, it's not about hard or difficult. It's about a completely different track. USMLE is, every question of USMLE is a patient case. There is 10-20% of memorizing thing, but majority is your conceptual knowledge. So it's not that it is difficult or hard. Both exams are different. Of course, once the next exam comes, there will be a lot of similarities, because even next is focusing on more on clinical cases. At this point of time, of course, NEET is trying to evolve, but they are not exactly same. The approach is different. If conceptually you are great, it works fine. All right. Now, the thing is, ideally, people prepare for USMLE and all of these exams. If I talk about in 2000, around decade of 1990 to 2000, people used to think in the graduation, after graduation. From 2000 to 2010, people started thinking about these exams in 4th year or 3rd year. And the current decade, 2010 to 20, everybody is now serious that, okay, we'll do it in 2nd year. But the next decade, 21 to 30, now things have changed because of the next examinations. All those who are 2017 batch onwards, you need to take a call. Prepare for next exam from 1st year, or prepare for USMLE in 1st year, appear in 3rd year, so that your concepts become strong for next, and then give your next examination. Either ways, but the plan needs to be there in place. Earlier the better, so that whatever theory you are learning in med school, you are also understanding how it is applied for a better clinical diagnosis of the patient, or better patient care, better treatment trial. So that is something which is very, very important. Okay, so you also need to give a thought on this part. What exactly you want to take your career forward for? Do you want to just prepare for next exam, or do you want to prepare for next and USMLE parallelly, or you are already tired of appearing NEET for 3-4 times, do not have stamina for USMLE, want to go to Germany? Okay, so this is something you need to take a call on. And of course, if you feel that there is a support required, yes, you can definitely connect with us, and we will help you with the entire journey of the license. All right, perfect. So now one very, very important question. I am not sure how many of you have attended the MOOCs USMLE webinar, because very regularly we conduct a detailed session. I believe I did one session last week, and in around every 15 days we do a detailed session only on USMLE. So if you guys have attended, great. If not, I would invite you to attend the next session whenever we are planning to conduct one, so that you get a complete picture of American medical PG and what are the big opportunities which are now coming in place. Right? So of course, any further question, feel free to ask. If there is further confusion, I will suggest you few of the next steps which can actually pave a path for the next level of career counseling for you. So first thing first will be that you could attend the NOOCS USMLE webinar. Okay, there are few people who want a personalized schedule session. They cannot discuss the questions in the entire crowd. No problem. You can schedule a personalized counseling session. There are no charges for it. You can attend the MOOCs live lecture. You can get access to the MOOCs USMLE free trial, and definitely you can appear for the MOOCs mocks test for USMLE to get a picture of how difficult or easy the USMLE exam is. So all the options are available with you. All right. Now I am open for any question to understand about the procedures and the queries which you have. One important thing you also need to keep in mind is what exactly is your interest specialization, and also understand the way you see competition in India. Similarly, the competition is there globally everywhere. So if you say, okay, dermatology is out of reach in India, but I want a guaranteed seat in UK or US in dermat, it's not possible. Okay, it will be equally competitive there as well. So you need to understand that, and globally, this is the trend. Globally, this is the trend, all right? That around 56% of, seats are available in medicine, family medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry. Then around, rest of the country, specialties around another 40%, all right? Seats are available towards medicine, family medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, neurology, all right? And then second most competitive seats are available in pathology, radiology, anesthesiology. Then comes the competitive fields of surgery, OBGY, emergency medicine, and very, very competitive are ophthalm, ENT, and dermat. So, please understand this, that yes, what specialty also kind of matters a lot. All right. So, question is, I have completed my surgery in India. Can I consider, United States as an option? So, let me answer that question, quickly. What are your options at this point of time, right? So the question is, the student says he has completed his PG from India. So if you have completed your PG from India, okay, in your case, you say you have done surgery, there are two career options available with you, okay. The first option is that you can apply for fellowships in America, okay. So in case if you have done in general surgery, you can apply for CVTS, neuro, plastic, depending on what you are interested in. And second option is you can pursue the PG again. So you apply for your residency. Okay. Now, after completing your residency, you can either settle in America or you can pursue fellowship again. Okay. However, after completing only fellowship from America, and if you don't repeat your PG in America, you have to come back and work in India. Okay, Indian PG are not directly recognized. So if you only do fellowships, you have to come back to India. All right. And also one more important thing, irrespective whether you want to go for fellowship or residency, you still need to write all your USMLE exams. So step 1, step 2 CK, step 3, all exams need to be given, whether you want to do fellowship or residency. It is competitive, but yes, the via route, I always tell you, this is the via route. If you apply for fellowships, then think to do residency and settle. It is more productive and possible for Indian students. However, the process is long, because at times a lot of fellowships are for 4 years, and the residency for surgery, I'm talking about only surgery, is 5 years. Okay, for all the medicine specialty, majority of fellowships are for 3 years, and internal medicine is only for 3 years. Okay, so in India, everything is standard, but in United States, the fellowships and the residency length depends on the specialty. All right, I hope this answers your question, doctor. If not, of course, I'll be happy to further clarify. Any concessions in USMLE sports? So if you apply for residency, no. If you apply for fellowship, yes, it does not matter. When you apply for fellowships, they are more worried about what kind of CV do you have, what kind of research publications do you have, and your overall profile. But if you apply for residency, you are competing with any resident who is a fresh graduate. So there is no concession as such. I hope that answers your question. Any other question anybody has? Feel free to ask and clarify. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much. And I appreciate all of you to be part of this session. Any further question, You can ask now, or you can reach out to us on these WhatsApp number or usmle@mook16.com, and my team will be more than happy to help you. I do hope that today's session gave you certain important information about this entire global medical license journey. And of course, we conduct lots of informative sessions on different topics. So at any point of time you want a further counseling, we can do a one-on-one counseling. You can attend our future seminars also, so that you have a complete career counseling picture, because these career counseling workshop for us go for about almost 15 days to a month. And it's, for medicine, the decision making, it's not that easy. Okay, it's a long process, and we will be happy to help you. USMLE process, minimum I would say step 1, 8 to 9 months. CK will be 6 months, and then you go for your rotations and stuff like that. So it is minimum 2 years of a journey, profile building as well as the step examinations. Why? Because scores do matter, and it is like, technically one time give exam, because if you get a great score, it's great. If somebody fails on an MLE, your chances of matching reduce by 33%. So which is why I say you need to give about 2 years, and then there is 1 year of application if you are a graduate. If you are a student, then of course it happens parallelly, and you save about 2 years of your life. All right, but as a graduate, take it like seriously, because one thing is to just appear exam for the formality sake, and one thing is to ensure you get a good score. Another advice to you would be that, especially those who are already graduates or PG, they also want to know, after you graduated, are you still working clinically associated? That is a very important thing. So you cannot say you will not join any hospital and just study for USMLE. They don't like that. They want to be clinically associated, and that is what they will be asking you as the first question. So ensure things are happening parallelly. That's what I will advise for medicos. It is always some parallel commitment, whether it's joining a med school, or you are doing your internship, or you are working in some big hospital, or you are running your own hospital. So irrespective, the success in this entire journey is for people who can manage time well, start early, and have little patience, and yeah, think about the long run. That is what I would advise. So I hope this clarifies your questions, and I appreciate all of you part of to be part of this session. Any future questions, reach out to us on this number or our email ID, and my team will be more than happy to help you. I appreciate all of you to be part of this session. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this session, and any support required for future, reach out to us. Thank you, and thank you for your kind words, and we will see you in our next session. Thank you.